Meet Doug Pritchett. He's a 30-something, semi-employed intellectual who treats walking the streets of Philadelphia as a full-time occupation. His daily routine is a study in detachment. He glides through historic neighborhoods, drinking espressos and observing delivery men, waitresses, and old college friends as if they're exhibits in a gallery he has no intention of joining. This data maps the limit of his world. As his geographical range expands across the city, his emotional connections remain locked at zero. He treats these city blocks as a curated zone where he can exercise absolute physical freedom without ever incurring a social cost. This behavioral loop provides the perfect alibi. By moving continuously from cafe to museum to pavement, he avoids the weight of a career or a long-term partner, maintaining the appearance of a full life through sheer kinetic energy. His constant motion isn't about reaching a destination. It is a practiced method of sustaining a comfortable, quiet internal stasis. That detached perspective shatters when Doug's intellectual mentor, a playwright named Marty Sachs, commits suicide. Marty had lost his wife in a sudden car accident years earlier. Despite a lifetime spent analyzing human nature and the complexities of the stage, his formidable intellect was unable to bridge the void that loss left behind. For Doug, this creates a sudden, paralyzing gap in his own logic. He realizes that a sharp vocabulary and a bird's-eye view of society offers zero protection against the reality of grief or the finality of an empty room. Marty's death proves that absolute freedom, the kind Doug has spent his life refining, leaves a person with nothing to hold on to when the pavement gives way. Doug's first instinct is to double down on the movement. He flees to Europe, assuming that if he can just keep the landscape changing fast enough, he won't have to sit with the silence Marty left behind. He spends months traversing the Dolomites and lakes of Switzerland, using the sheer scale of alpine scenery to drown out his growing sense of aimlessness. But his flight ends in a Munich police station. A neighbor's apartment is robbed, and a diamond ring dropped in the hallway outside Doug's door makes him the primary suspect. He is wrongfully incarcerated, spending 9 days confined to a monochromatic 6-by-9-inch cell. His world, once defined by the ability to turn any corner at any time, is reduced to a cot and a single window. There is a sharp irony in this confinement. Stripped of his ability to walk away, Doug is finally forced to face the mental landscape he's been trying to outrun for years. The moment he's exonerated and released, Doug boards a train for Venice. He has 5,000 euros in his pocket and no one to report to, the ultimate version of the freedom he always claimed to want. He arrives in a city built on pilings and history, a place where every bridge offers a new vista of architectural perfection. Yet, sitting on a terrace overlooking the Grand Canal, the hollowness returns. He has mastered the logistics of travel, the how and the why of moving from point A to point B, but the beauty of the city feels like a set piece with no actors. He realizes that he has successfully navigated every map he owns, yet he has no meaningful destination left to reach. The question of where to go next has become irrelevant because he has no one to go there for. This reveals the limit of his philosophy. Geographical range is a hollow metric if there is no person or purpose waiting at the end of the line. Doug returns to Philadelphia, but his old city blocks no longer feel like a playground. He carries the weight of his isolation back to the same cafes he once used as hiding spots. At a dinner meant to celebrate his return, he lashes out. He uses sarcasm and cruelty to alienate his closest friends, and mocks Sarah, the one woman who has consistently offered him a genuine connection. This reaction is a wall he builds himself. The moment he feels the pressure of someone else's expectations or the possibility of being known, he instinctively burns the bridge to ensure he remains unattached. His 9 days in a Munich cell were a temporary cage, but his refusal to let anyone close is a self-imposed sentence. He has become the architect of his own solitude. Sarah eventually forces the issue. She meets him at a park and directly challenges his behavior, calling out the way he uses his intellect as a shield to avoid the responsibilities of adulthood. Then she provides a way out. She admits she is in love with him and offers a commitment that would end his life of consequence-free wandering, telling him he has exactly one walk around the block to decide. Doug realizes that for the first time in his life, he doesn't want to turn the corner and disappear. he finds himself ready to accept the tethers he once viewed as a burden. He finally learns that the value of freedom isn't found in the ability to wander aimlessly without ties, but in the power to choose who you are willing to stay for.